Hi everyone. This video is going to be all about Seesaw, how students should log into Seesaw and how they complete activities on Seesaw, how to navigate the platform, and then it will go over some of the tools that students have access to when they're completing activities within Seesaw. So Seesaw is a platform, an app that our students in kindergarten through fourth grade use for many of their assignments. And what's great about it is it also has a parent app, a family component, so you can from home take a look at the activities that your student is completing. You can like them, you can leave comments, and you can keep track of how they're doing. Students access their Seesaw app through Clever. So once they're logged into Clever, you'll see it right on their homepage. And when you click it, it will open up their Seesaw journal. Here's an example of a Seesaw journal. You are automatically taken to the class journal, which is a record of all of the activities that students in a class have set up, as long as the teacher has it set up so that they can see each other's work. And then you can see each student's journal as well. So this will be a record of all the activities that a student has completed throughout the year. Next is the Activities tab, and new this year, activities are organized as either to do, in progress, or done. So activities to do are just that, activities that students need to complete. They will be listed in the order that they were assigned. Activities in progress are either activities that students started but didn't yet turn in or submit, or they might be activities that students submitted but that teachers sent back with some feedback. So that would be something that a student would want to go into and see what kind of feedback the teacher gave and make any changes before resubmitting. And then activities that are done are activities that students have completed and that teachers have approved. So let's take a look at the inbox. This is where students will see any class announcements that teachers send out through Seesaw, and then also their notifications. Notifications are super important because this is not only where they'll see when family members or parents are liking and commenting on their work, but also when teachers are. So in this case, I can see that the teacher sent back work for review, commented on a post, and liked an item. When you click on any of these, it will take you to the activity it's referring to. I want to see what work was sent back, so I'm going to click on this notification that says the teacher sent back your work for review, and it will take me right to that activity. As it's loading, once you get into the activity, you'll want to take a look at any comments that the teacher left so that you know what errors you may have made, what you need to fix before resubmitting the activity. So I can see this student submitted sort of a reflection, said they learned a lot. The teacher commented, "I'm glad you learned a lot. Try writing more sentences. Also check your spelling." So 2 things that the student needs to go back and do: add a couple more sentences and check their spelling. They can edit straight from here by clicking the edit button, and it will open up that activity and give them an opportunity to resubmit. Now let's take a look at some of the different tools that students have access to within these activities. We're going to open up this daily math practice. And anytime a student is ready to start an activity, they just click the green Add Response button, and it will open up a template for them. They always have access to the instructions. If they open an activity and say they don't know what to do, the instructions are at the top. Oftentimes, teachers will type out a list of instructions or even record the instructions, so know that they can always go back to those even when they've opened the activity. In this activity, I can see over on the right-hand side, there are 5 pages. So the student would need to complete all 5 pages before submitting. And this first one asks the student to put this number into words. Anytime a student is asked to write, we recommend using the text box tool instead of actually trying to write with your finger on an iPad or cursor on a Chromebook. This just makes it a little bit easier to read, and it also practices those typing skills. So I click on the T, it opens a text box. I can type my answer. And then when you click out of it, you're able to move and also resize the text. You can change the style of the text by clicking the three dots, going into Style, and it offers a few different font options, style options here. And then anytime you have text or a tool, you can typically change the color. So if I wanted to make this purple, I could just click purple over here and it will change the color. On the next page, I can see that I'm doing a word problem. So in this case, I'm probably going to use some of my writing tools down at the bottom. You have a variety of tools. The pencil is going to be super thin, then it's sort of like a pen. This marker is almost like a highlighter, a little bit transparent, and then this is like a sparkly marker. Typically, we ask students to use the pen or the pencil tool. When you click on a writing tool, you can also click a second time to adjust the size of the cursor. And over here again, you can adjust the color. So in this example, I see I'm adding 16 and 23. Let me make this a little bit smaller to write out my problem. And then students would be able to add right here. If a student makes a mistake, say they add 6 plus 3 and get 8, there is an eraser that you can erase. And just like the other tools, you can change the size. So if I want to just erase everything I did over here, I might make it a little bigger and erase. The other tools over here on the left-hand side are recording. Sometimes teachers might ask a student to record themselves reading a passage, to read a piece of writing that they wrote, to explain their thinking. They would use the recording tool. When you click on it, it gives you a countdown before you record, and then you are able to end it when you're finished. And then you can also upload pictures and videos. Over here, there are some fun options if students want to change the background or add shapes. If they have more of an open, free activity, those are other options available to them. And then finally, they can add a caption. So if a student maybe added a picture at the end or some shapes, they could add a caption that would show up on the page. And they could also add a voice caption if they choose. Anytime a student is done with an activity and ready to turn it in, they just click the green check mark. It will upload and then it will be sent to the teacher, and you can see it shows up in their journal as waiting for teacher approval. Teachers have to approve anything that students post on Seesaw, so they can either approve it or they can send it back with comments. So that is your Seesaw tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful, and don't ever hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.